Welcome to EMO Lax. If you're emo, comment down below. What an awful weekend to be traveling and have to come into these games and kind of get out whenever I could get Wi-Fi. I have Peacock, so I was able to catch some of the games. I eventually rewatched all of them on Peacock, so that's pretty awesome. Remember, with my rankings, they're a little bit different from the rankings that the PLL does in their standings. Mine's more kind of like the college football rankings, where it's what have you done for me lately and how have you played lately, and also, performance, player performance, things like that. So with that being said, let's get these rankings. And again, it's really hard to do these rankings because a lot of these teams are so evenly matched and a lot of these teams are really good. There's not really a bad team in the league right now. I feel like every single team can beat each other, and that's just what makes the PLL so much fun. So with that being said, let's dive in. Number 8, I have the Cannons. The Cannons have one of the best offenses in the league with 51 one-point goals, number 1 in the league, 22 assists, 2nd in the league, and a 37% shot percentage, number 1 in the league. They just can't get it together. They cannot put everything together. Their one win is against the Water Dogs, and all of their losses have been by 1 point. So yes, could they be higher on this ranking? They could be. But at the end of the day, they need to start getting some wins, and it's going to be tough in the upcoming weeks. Number 7, huge win for the Chaos last week. A team who I have not really been impressed this with year. Like, statistically, there's not much great to look at, but they get the good win. They're only winning 33% of their faceoffs. One of the saving graces for this team is Blaze in goal. Despite the opposing offenses shelling him, he leads the league in total saves, and he really is the reason the Chaos hang in there in some games, and they're going to need him in the future. Maybe this is a jumping off week. The Chrome, another team that got a huge win. They need to use this dominating performance to turn the season around just like the Chaos and get back to where they believe they belong. Injuries have been a factor for the Chrome. All eyes are on the offense, though. They struggle to get a volume of shots and goals, and statistically, the Chrome are in the bottom half of the league in most major categories. So, other than goalie plays, the Chrome are a team that I feel are trending upwards. Number 5, the Water Dogs. One of my main concerns for the Water Dogs is the goalie play from Dylan Ward. His save percentage is dead last in the league. No games yet over 50%. They also haven't been great at the face-off X. To beat better teams in the PLL, the Dogs really need to get a volume of points because I just don't see this defense as a whole winning games, but they have looked pretty decent, and we'll see what they do in the upcoming weeks. Number 4, the Redwoods. This is a team that is slipping. They're really slipping, and they could fall even lower. The Woods have lost 2 consecutive weeks now, and they are only getting a little more breathing room for my rankings, aka the Woods are on thin ice. The Redwoods are 5th in scores behind the Cannons, Archers, Atlas, and Whips. In their next 4 games, they play the Water Dogs, the Whip Snakes, the Archers, and the Whip Snakes again. This schedule does not get any easier in the upcoming weeks, and the Redwoods really need to get things together before they get into that tough point of the schedule, coming off of 2 consecutive losses. Number 3, the Atlas. What a turnaround for them since week 1. Jeff Teat has arrived, and the Atlas are for real. It finally feels like the game plan is coming together ever since week 1. The Atlas have been moving up my ranks. My one concern is that the Atlas are dead last in the league and man up, going over 5 at 0%. You don't need me to tell you that teams in lacrosse really need to take care of their man up situations and be efficient. Right now, sitting at 0%, dead last in the lead. I don't care if you've only had 5 man up opportunities. You got to get some of those. That's huge. Number 2, Whip Snakes. Another team, going up against the Chrome with some injury concerns, but I wouldn't be too worried about the first loss of the season for the Whips. They're still huge contenders, and they learned a lot from this loss. The fact of the matter here is that the Chrome came in as underdogs, and just got off to a super hot start. I want to say this though, both teams had injury problems in this game. Give the Chrome massive credit for taking down a heavily favored Whip Snakes. Number one, the Archers. They seem like they're high and above everyone else, but, gotta keep this in mind. There's a long season ahead, and I don't think that there's a clear number one in this league. They have so many weapons and guys who aren't afraid to share the ball. That's one thing that I love about them, their ability to share. This is by far the most complete team, though, in the league, I think. And it all comes really, for me, in that when you watch them, their players aren't afraid to share the ball. I have said that multiple times. The assist count is high, and the defense is also really outstanding. Nobody's talking about this defense. They've only allowed 22 scores against, and Gittleman has only had to make 38 saves, which is second to last in the league. Yet his save percentage is number one, sitting at 67% overall. So what does that tell you? This offense is moving the ball, keeping the ball on offense, and the defense is only letting up so many shots. They're not letting up that many shots against. Gittleman is making more saves than he really has to, 38 saves. Again, second to last in the league. He's not getting many opportunities to even save the ball, but when he does, he's saving it 67% of the time. So I would love to know your opinions down below. What are your thoughts on the PLL, and how would your rankings differ? Thanks for watching EMO. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.